Welcome to aminacademy.com. In chemistry, let us discuss about naming of binary ionic compounds. What is binary ionic compound? Binary ionic compounds, the compound is made up of just two elements. For example, sodium chloride. An ionic compound is named first by its cation and then by its anion. The cation has the same name as the element. For example, potassium. Here, potassium plus 1 is called the potassium ion, just as K is called the potassium atom. The anion is named by taking the elemental name, removing the ending and adding ide. For example, F-1 is called fluoride for the elemental name fluorine. Fluorine, IN is removed and ID is added. The ID was removed and replaced with IDE. That is INE, was removed and replaced with IDE. To name a compound, the cation name and the anion name are added together. For example, NaF, that is sodium fluoride. Sodium plus fluorine added together, it becomes sodium fluoride. Chlorine, sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride. Now we'll do some example problem to understand this concept. Write the formulas for the binary compound named from the following ions. Here K plus S minus 2. Here potassium ion have single plus and sulfur has two negative ions. That means we have to write this as K2S, which means we need to balance number of ions in potassium and sulfur. We have to give 2 because here K have 1 ion cation, so we have to use 2 potassium and added with that 2 sulfur, that is 2 negative, so it have K2S, totally no charge. Lithium plus bromine both have single ions, so we have LiBr, lithium bromide. Here aluminium have 3 positive ion, iodide have single negative ion, so we have Al(I3). We have Ag is positive 1, O has negative 2, so we need 2 positives to balance 2 negatives, so we have Ag2O. Ag2O. Copper chloride. Copper is single positive, chlorine is single negative, so we have balanced, that is CuCl, copper chloride. Zinc has positive 2, sulfur have positive negative 2, so it is balanced with ZnS, zinc sulfide. Here sodium single positive, chlorine single negative, it is sodium chloride, NaCl. Lead is 2 and O also 2 negative, so PbO, lead oxide. Now we'll do further. Name the following ionic compounds using Roman numerals when necessary. Here BaCl2, which is barium chloride. Barium chloride. Here K2S, potassium sulfide. Potassium sulfide. Here CuBr, copper bromide. Here copper 1 bromide. Here because both are bromide have single, so copper have single positive and bromide also single. Here copper, we are using numerals 1, Roman numerals 1, copper 1 bromide. Next NaF, sodium fluoride. Next FeO. Here FeO is iron have 2 positive ion, oxygen have, so we have to balance with iron to oxide, ion to oxide. Here Fe2O3, iron 3 oxide, because you have to balance with oxygen 3 here. Fe2O3 is iron 3 oxide. Next, here the name is given, you have to find formula. Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is CaO. Sodium oxide Na2O. Because oxygen have 2 negative ions, so it is balanced with 2. Oxygen have 2 negative ions, sodium have 2 positive ions, so we need Na2O. Magnesium sulfide, NGS. Manganese 3 oxide. Manganese 3 oxide have Mg2O3. Further discussion we will do future videos. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.